Hey folks, how's it going? I am back talking about DC League of Super Pets, one of the newest animated films from Warner Brothers. And I'll be real, did not have much confidence going into this one. Can you blame me? Really? I saw Paws of Fury like a few weeks ago, and I just feel defeated. I do. And I saw the trailer for DC League of Super Pets, and it did not inspire me. Not really. I'm burned out, guys. I'm burned out when it comes to superheroes in general. I think a lot of folks have been feeling that for a long time. I went to go see that new Thor movie. I'm like, yes, I'm actually excited. I was underwhelmed. I'm just like, oh no, do I not care anymore? Like, I'm here for Invincible, and I watched The Boys, but I just, it doesn't hit anymore for me, really. I think Endgame was the end for me, and it sounds like I'm not alone on that front. I digress, okay? I'm saying that where I'm like, I'm kind of burned out. Goes to the movie theater to watch DC Super Pets, or whatever the movie's called. DC League of Super Pets? There you go. I got it. I can say it. This film is about Krypto the dog. He is the pet of Superman. And it's funny because I watched the cartoon show back in the day. It was a little bit out of my time frame of being a kid, where it's like one of those shows I would watch when I was sick, like during high school. It's like, oh, I'm sick, Mom, I can't go to school. I'm gonna stay home and watch Krypto the dog and I guess a pup named Scooby-Doo. Good times, right? And the Oscar for pretending to be sick goes to Saberspark. But like I said, the trailer didn't really inspire me. Didn't really build much confidence. I thought, this seems like they're just kind of punching a clock. Like, we have to keep making DC content for superhero franchise and Krypto the dog. We'll have Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson voice him, and we're bringing Kevin Hart because they have a blood pack until the end of time, and kids will watch it, families will like it. That's the plan. And, maybe I'm just cynical. I am. But here's the surprising part. I went to go watch the film. I thought it was fine. There were even moments where I laughed out loud, which caught me off guard. I was like, I'm surprised. I'm enjoying the jokes. I'm enjoying some of these exchanges. It's a simple story. It's about Krypto, who's like, I'm the dog of Superman. I've known him since he escaped Krypto. I'm his dog. He's my boy. I have to be there for him. And then there's this, I guess, rift between him and Superman because he thinks that Superman's going to leave him for Lois Lane. So now he becomes all protective. And also, Krypto does not get along with other pets or animals or dogs because he's all about Superman. Oh, by the way, he has superpowers. You can tell right off the bat that the tone of this movie is, I feel like it can kind of read the room. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It's like, yeah, we're from DC. We know the properties here. We're having fun with it. We'll get experimental in some ways. Like Green Lantern is a girl. And by the way, I'm sure that there's like a lot of Green Lanterns out there and that the comics are like, this is who it is precisely from this issue, Saberspark, you should know. I was expecting like Hal or John. So I guess if anything, I'm like, okay, cool. This feels different enough. And also it can have fun with itself. It's goofing on Batman. It can get meta with Superman, with all the characters, with the entire universe. Lex Luthor, when he was arrested, because he's like a villain in this movie, obviously. Though he's not the main villain, his gerbil, guinea pig, Lulu, who he tested on, she's the main antagonist. I gotta be real, a lot of fun. But there's this entire joke of Lex Luthor being arrested, and the TV's like, rich person actually arrested for once. And I'm like, that's kind of funny. I feel like there's the writers at work here, who, by the way, is Jared Stern. He's the writer and director, and he worked on the Lego Batman movie. He also worked on the Lego Ninjago movie. And I'm like, okay, I can see, because Lego Batman, I absolutely love. That film, too, did not take itself too seriously, but also knew how to make you care as a viewer for Batman, for Robin, even for the Joker. So as far as the comedic tone of it all, it was relaxed and fun. And like I said, the story's pretty simple. Krypto, he's like, oh, Superman, I want you to love me. And only me. And then there's a rift between those two, where Superman is taken out of the picture by Lex Luthor, and more specifically his guinea pig, Lulu. Lulu here is obsessed with Lex Luthor. She's like, oh, Lex Luthor, we're partners. He loves me. We work together on these experiments. He tested me with all these different kinds of kryptonites, and I lost my hair because of it. But then we work together to find that orange kryptonite can give powers. It doesn't take away power from Superman. It gives powers to humans, which Lex wanted. Surprise, surprise, it doesn't give powers to humans, it gives powers to pets. And Lulu gained the power of telekinesis, kind of like a Magneto, or maybe a Jean Grey, where she can move things around and float around and use her mind. And also like these other pets, these other side characters also gain powers. Because outside of Crypto, you got like Ace, who is like a dog with the ears like Batman, I guess a pit bull or something like that. Not pit bull, some kind of terrier? Oh gosh, what kind of dog is he? He's got the ears like Batman, and you can kind of see the writing on the wall where you're like, I wonder whose pet will be who. Will the pig, who's obsessed with Wonder Woman, end up with Wonder Woman? Will the tortoise, who's slow, who then gets the power of being fast, will that tortoise end up with the Flash, who's destroying Hawaii right now? Maybe so. And by the way, these side characters know Lulu. They're all in the same pet store. They all get powers. They all escape. Lulu goes off to go like take out the superheroes and Superman. She wants to get Lex Luthor's like affection, be partners. And then Crypto loses his power because Superman, when he gets captured, Crypto had a piece of cheese that was like a trap with kryptonite in it, and it took his powers away for like a few days. So a little bit of like a plot device of like, oh no, Crypto, you're also without your powers. So now you have to lean on the assistance from these other pets who gain powers, and also you gotta get along with them. Story goes on. We find that Ace, the bat dog here, who's not the bat dog quite yet, he was abandoned. These other side character pets are typically like looked over and ignored and dismissed. They're used to not having anyone, so they all team up and use their powers to go defeat Lulu and Lex Luthor and try to save the Justice League. And Crypto along the way is like, oh, I can find friends. It doesn't have to be just Superman, but I also love Superman. Also, like the entire thing of him getting upset over like, oh no, Superman, he's leaving me behind, is because he was like lied to. He's like, oh, the guinea pig's like, oh, he's gonna leave you. He's gonna leave you for Lois Lane. It's happening, sorry. I guess that's the short and sweet of it, kind of. Very clunky way of me explaining it. But I gotta say, the characters surprised me. They were fun. Some of the jokes, they hit. They actually hit and pretty good. I laughed out loud in the theater. Other jokes, I'm like, yeah, not so much, because some fart humor. Whatever, at this point, I'm just, whatever, I don't even care anymore. And also the voice acting, I was surprised too. I'm like, I'm typically not the biggest fan of celebrity voice actors, but that's not to say that celebrity voice actors can't do voice acting. Like Keanu Reeves was Batman, that was kind of fun. Kevin Hart actually did an okay job, so did Dwayne. Not amazing, but okay. The villain, I think it was Kate McKinnon, was Lulu the guinea pig. She was great. I loved it. Her energy was wonderful. Some really great attitude and sass from her. And I was like, I miss having unapologetically evil villains, which she was, so that was nice. So all in all, a lot of inside jokes, making fun of DC Universe, not taking itself too seriously, but also having fun, simple story. It was fine. Animation felt a little bit, I guess, I wouldn't say it was bad, because the stylization is, it's cartoony, and it's fine, and some of the movement and some of the textures look a little bit sparse on the quality. Like, I don't know, it just seemed to me like, I'm like, this seems like it could have gone a little bit further to bring it full force with its quality, but it's not like a negligible amount of quality being dropped. It's just like, I'm like, okay, I've seen better, I've seen worse, it's fine. By the way, the animation was done by a studio called Animal Logic in Australia, and they've done animation before for like Lego movies, and they also do like visual effects for like other films too. So they got a resume, a filmography even. So all in all, I thought the film was fine. Was it fantastic? No. But there's something about expectations where like I went into that Thor movie and I'm like, yes, knock my socks off. And I was like, oh, it was not as good as I was hoping it would be. I'm a little bit disappointed. But then I went into this movie and I'm like, it's gonna suck ass. And I watched it. I was like, oh, it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. Is it amazing? No. But is it fine? Yes. And I'll take that, you know? I will take it. I think it might spin off a sequel, maybe. Box office wise, it cost like $90 million to make. It's made like 41 million back. Will probably break even. It's gonna be released on HBO Max here in like 45 days from now. So let's see. Maybe it might get a series, I don't know. But I was whelmed. That's what I would say. I was whelmed. So for folks who saw the movie, let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'm curious to see what y'all think. I was, again, pleasantly surprised. Was it amazing? No, but I was surprised, and I'm curious if other folks felt the same way. All right, that's all I got to say. To quote Crypto, pupping away. A certified cringe moment.